All right, here we go. Marcellus Wiley, welcome back to VladTV.
My dog, it's good to see you. Happy New Year. All the pleasantries.
Thank you. It's been a few months.
Yeah,
man. It's been a few months.
Let's do.
Congratulations on, continuing your show bigger and bigger since last time.
Yeah, even though I got a smaller co-host, it's a bigger show. Everybody's clowning right now. Shout out to Jason Whitlock, my dog, and Emmanuel Acho.
Right.
It's been a great transition, man.
Yeah.
But a lot of things have changed over the year.
You guys have a dress-off every show, it seems.
Yeah, I lose all of them. 95% of them. I mean, he's half my age, and all he cares about is looking good. So he comes out in these skin-tight suits, and I'm like, he got muscles. I ain't got them. I used to have them, and so I'm just sitting there taking L's. But hey, it's for the fun of it.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Well, I can't start this interview without talking about what just happened in the nation's capital.
Mm-hmm.
4 Trump supporters were killed, as well as a cop in the process of Trump supporters attacking the Capitol building. LeBron was probably the biggest, I would say, sports figure to speak on this situation.
Okay.
He said, we live in 2 Americas. I couldn't help but wonder if those were my kind storming the Capitol, AKA black people, what would have been the outcome? I think we all know it's no ifs, ands, or buts. We already know what would have happened to my kind if anyone had gotten close to the Capitol, let alone storm inside the offices and inside the hallways.
Yeah. Well, I disagree with LeBron in that assumption. I think that's where we are right now. I guess to kind of unpack and to really let you know inside my mind state, there's more than 2 Americas. If you've lived in America any amount of time, you understand it's probably infinite amount of Americas. Let's start listing them. There's a rich America, there's a poor America, there's a black America, there's a white America, and other ethnicities as well. There's a male America, there's a female America, there's a fat America, there's an in shape America, as Acho realizes. I could keep going, brother. I've lived in so many. I lived in a Crip America versus a Blood America. I couldn't even cross major cross streets. There are so many Americas out here. And what's happening today, I think, because of social media and this transaction of information from everybody. So everybody gets to chip in with their 2 cents. And if you remember your high school days, not everybody in the class should raise their hand. Some people ain't prepared. Some people in the back of the class, man, you don't know what you're talking about. Whatever that is. And that's not necessarily LeBron, but when you get into assumptions, when you start saying something about a specific and generalizing it, usually you're going to be in a bad place. Think about it. None of us should speak for all of us, no matter what group you're trying to represent. And we're in that space right now where people are really doing that, and they want to be first. They want to be in the front of the line. They want to be the loudest, but not necessarily the most factually correct. I don't know what would have happened if it would have been my people there. My people were there before, but if you notice what people always say as cover, some of the choice words, a large amount of Trump supporters were white. Not all. Then you start to dive into the details, and the devil's in the details. Just like this summer with the BLM supporters and protests. A lot of them were black and white, largely peaceful, not entirely peaceful. Peep game right here. Because I used to go to games, Westchester Manual Arts, these rivalry games where you just knew 60s and Grape Street's gonna be there, they're gonna be banging, it's gonna be a prop, whatever it is. And largely, the crowd was nice and peaceful. Yeah, we were. My dad, I remember one time I had to run with my dad because of gunshots and stuff. And the crazy thing is, you can hear a synopsis, you can see visuals, you can see the television, everything could portray it one way. But in absolute form, very few things in this world work according to that natural order of absolutes. It's relative. So to dive into those details and to make that grand assumption, I just pause in that point. I saw black people out there doing whatever they were doing.
You saw black people inside of the Capitol building?
At the Trump support.
I did not see a single black person inside of the Capitol building.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the report was.
Not saying they weren't in the crowd outside.
Well, but
to take that next step, to enter that building, I did not see one black or brown face.
Yeah.
I did not.
I ain't see it either. I saw them there. I don't know what that meant in terms of inciting it. But the double standard is what we're all hanging on to. And I agree. You saw a use of force that looked like a double standard. But in that double standard, you got to know in totality what was really occurring. I think what we do is we hear a summation, or we think everything we saw is the only thing that occurred, and then we make that generalization. So I'm not going to rule on this one as I'm not going to rule on the one in this summer, because this summer, that was like tear gas and it seemed peaceful. But then you hear reports that it wasn't entirely peaceful. And then you see this one, it seemed crazy. And then it's like we try to portray it as a black-white conversation when it may be deeper than that. It may be more of an integration of other issues.